In this video, we'll be discussing factoring out the GCF, also known as the greatest common factor. Now, what you want to do is if you start off with an expression like we see here in number 1, you want to take a look at each individual term and decide what is the greatest factor that divides evenly into each of these terms. So I first just take a look at the numbers. We have a 5, a 30, and a 15. So the biggest number that divides evenly into all three of those is 5. Now if we take a look at our x's, we have x to the third, x squared, and x to the fourth. So if you want to figure out what the GCF is, you're really just looking for whichever one has the smallest exponent, which would be this one right here, x squared. Now let's take a look at our y's. We have y to the third, y to the fourth, and y to the fifth. So again, the smallest exponent would be this first one right here, y to the third. Now, once you take out your greatest common factor, you open up a parenthesis, and in that parenthesis, we're going to write what we're left with once we take that out. So really, when you take something out, you're dividing. So you want to figure out what is 5x to the third, y to the third, divided by 5x squared, y to the third. So 5 divided by 5 is just 1. If you want to put a 1 here, you can. You don't have to, though, unless, we don't have anything else left to write. But let's see if we have anything else left to write first. So x to the third divided by x squared. When you divide two terms with the same base, you subtract these exponents. So 3 minus 2 is 1. So we're left with x to the first, which you could just write as x. And if you wanted to put that 1 in front of the x to write 1x, you can. That's up to you. So here, y to the third divided by y to the third is just 1. Again, if you want to put a 1 there, you can, but you don't have to. So let's bring down our plus sign. And 30 divided by 5 is 6. X squared divided by x squared is just 1. So you don't have to write 1 because 6 times 1 is just 6. But y to the fourth divided by y to the third. When you subtract the exponents, 4 minus 3 is 1. So it's y to the first, which is just y. Bring down the minus sign and just keep going. 15 divided by 5 is 3. X to the fourth divided by x squared is x squared. Again, you subtract the exponents when you're dividing. And then y to the fifth divided by y to the third is y squared. So this is your final answer. Whenever you factor out a greatest common factor, however many terms you start with, so here we started with 1, 2, 3 terms, that's how many terms you should be left with in the parentheses, 1, 2, 3. And if you want to check, you can always distribute whatever's on the outside of the parentheses back in, which distributing means multiplying, and see if you're left with this original problem. Okay, let's take a look at number 2. So with number 2, we have a 14, a 28, and a 7. The biggest number that divides evenly into all of those is 7. When we look at our a's, we have a squared, a to the third, and a. So the a with the smallest exponent will be this last one over here, a, which means a to the first. So we could factor out just an a. Now if we look at our b's, we have b to the third, b to the fourth, and b squared. So this last one here has the smallest exponent. If we look at our c's, we have a c squared, and this one doesn't have a c, so you can't factor out any c's. So we can just open up our parentheses, and let's start dividing. 14 divided by 7 is 2. A squared divided by a is just a, okay? Because again, remember, subtract the exponents. 2 minus, there's really a 1 there, so 2 minus 1 is 1. So there's really a 1 here, but you don't have to write that. All right, so then b to the third divided by b squared is b. And this c, we didn't factor out, so we have to put it here in our parentheses. Okay, bring down the minus sign. 28 divided by 7 is 4. A to the third divided by a would be a squared. B to the fourth divided by b squared would be b squared. And we didn't pull out our c, or our c squared. We didn't pull that out, so we need to include it here. All right, now let's bring down the plus sign. And remember earlier we said if we start off with 3 terms, we do have to have 3 terms in the parentheses. So here we have 1, 2, and our last term, even though this is the same thing that we factored out, think about it. What is anything divided by itself? It's 1, so we would put a 1 here. And that is what we're left with once we pull out the GCF.